you been? My name's Chris Stallings. I'm a wealth advisor here at Abundance. And after doing this for almost a quarter century, we track the kind of questions we receive from clients, and also we compare when clients are interviewing other advisors, or especially if we're being interviewed against existing advisors, what the concerns are. What are the topics that stand out? What are the standards that should actually exist, like from a best practice perspective? And so I wanted to let you know that we have seen clients who have been in long-term advisory relationships that they were kind of dictated to. They were told what could happen. They were told what was going to happen with their money. And we live in a completely different environment. So yeah, I can be an expensive babysitter for you. I can tell you what I think's best for you. But what we have found, what actually causes the greatest opportunity for peace, is when you have a level of ownership in the ongoing management of the finances. And so there's a lot of times when we're in planning mode where I'm asking the client, well, what do you want this to do for you? Now, we're here to help all along the way, but it's not a dictatorial, one-sided, we're going to beat the desk and tell you what's possible. We're going to ask you what's actually possible, because your mind and your life is what's in balance, not just the balance of an investment account. And so I think the other thing that's important is you're typically dealing with advisors who look to a model portfolio that's largely generated by a company outside of them, or they're dealing with individual money managers and they're just overlooking their performance. I would encourage you that that could be a foundational piece in your investment solution. At the same time, it's important to be able to think outside of the box. Now, what I mean by that is there's investment solutions that when we study what the ultra affluent use, what they have access to, the way their mind works is different than if you were just typically dealing with a millionaire. Billionaire families have, there's a reason that they have the net worth that they do. And so largely what we do is we study what those families do, how they interact, how they communicate values, how they communicate legacy, to their children, to their grandchildren, so that it actually fortifies and grows net worth over time. And so to be able to have conversations like that, which are so focused generationally, let's face it, you probably were surrounded by people during your working years, and in retirement, once you get over the hurdle of, do I have enough money to retire? It's, what do I do with my life? What's the vision that I have? What's my purpose? And largely people are involved in that. And so to have the chance to reconcile with children, to have a great working relationship with your grandchildren actually has exceeding value in retirement. So I think to be able to be in an environment where those type of discussions are had, it's so much more than how is your money doing. Because let's face it, if you're depressed or if you're sad or whatever the emotion may be that's negative, that tends to trump how well your investment portfolio is doing. So to be able to have those conversations we find to be very life-giving and also very recuperative in nature. I think the other piece is to be able to plan ahead. And so it's one thing to have a well-allocated portfolio that's fully optimized and efficient, all those great industry buzzwords. But at the same time, the market doesn't go up 10% every single year consistently. There's a lot of ebbs and flows with that. And so the ability to even anticipate what the market might do, the ability to look to see challenges that might come and how will your life, your lifestyle, your assets weather those changing times is an important conversation to have. Then from that place, being able to have a vision and ask questions of what 5 years and 10 years and 20 years from now looks like, to be able to do the planning ahead provides an opportunity where much more peace can be had. Whereas I find that most people are saying, well, we'll handle that tomorrow, and they're putting off and having some reluctance about hard decisions or hard conversations. And so that vision actually helps you overcome obstacles. And the more resolute you are about that vision, the clearer that it is, it actually turns what normally it can be perceived as a roadblock into just another speed bump that you drive right over. And so I would tell you that these are just a few things that distinguish us as a firm, but also when we have gauged hundreds of clients over the years, it's been well over 20 years at this point, these are the kind of things that we have heard from them. And they didn't know what was possible. They didn't know the kind of conversations that could be had. So if you're not having these kind of conversations and there's this deeper desire to go further with your money, to actually have more purpose, for your money to have purpose, give us a call. I think that you'll find that the conversation will be very life-giving, very freeing, and will open your eyes to what's possible.